Okay, I'm Alexandra Salmon. I'm the administrator of Igiugig Village Council, and we're here with the Community Partnerships and Self-Reliance. The community adopted a very open mind about we need renewable energy. High cost of living in rural Alaska is singly tied to diesel consumption. So we've been pushing. We got a new generator upgrade, entire new powerhouse upgrade, and so that was like a launching point to be able to integrate renewable energies. We've been working towards hydrokinetic, wind. We wanted to do a solar study, but like we said, one of the challenges were in applying for funding to do studies. We wanted to do an integrated, like comprehensive plan for all these different renewable energies, and there's no way to receive that yet with the Alaska Energy Authority. And so that was one recommendation that we had made, but our application was denied. Like we were one step ahead, but it was denied, and so instead we're tackling each project individually. And the project managers don't necessarily talk with each other or agree with each other on what we're doing is right. So we just have to go with our local effort and our gut instinct. Like we were told, you probably shouldn't plug in wind turbines into your grid, but we knew that wind would be a good resource. There was a preliminary study. We didn't really score very well, but we knew from living there that it would be a good resource. So we put up 3, and then we kind of got attention from the borough, who was getting funding from AEA to do wind studies, and we got added on to the wind study. They completed 1 year of data, and it is feasible. It's marginally economic, but they said if the size of the community increases, which we are a growing community, and if the cost of diesel keeps going up, then it becomes more and more so. The new generator powerhouse. We're listening to the experts, and we told them, our community is growing, but we're only 64. We had data from what our loads were, and we had the school is a big user, and they're off during the summer, so our summer loads were typically very small, but that we had a construction man camp that we were going to plug into the grid in the future, and that's very large, and it would only run in the summer. So basically we should plan for a near constant peak load year-round. But then all 3 of the generators ended up size 65. I didn't know enough then to be commenting on it, plus this is coming plans from the Alaska Energy Authority that has all the data that I would have thought that that was what worked the best. Once we get up to like 60 kilowatts, the other generator starts up. But it's another 65 kilowatt generator, and so you're burning all that extra fuel just to keep maybe you're only selling 65, maybe you're only selling 65, and you're running 2 generators. So maybe it would have been better to have a smaller one. I don't know generators that well. I know they run even more inefficient when they're smaller, so maybe they decided we'll just go with all 3. I don't really know the reasoning, but I wish that I knew enough to be able to ask all those questions. And maybe had like a 75 kilowatt, a 50 kilowatt, just different sizes. Maybe going with all 65 with these intentions of plugging in renewable energies. Like I had mentioned there, if we have 6 wind turbines up and they're all running on a windy day, and our peak load is like 40 in the summer, then we're almost producing half of our consumption. It would be nice to downsize your generator. In this partnership that we have with the Native Science Commission, and they've been introducing us to UAF researchers, there's the opportunity right there, and we visited the Renewable Energy Lab and met some people that we could send data to. We have 1 year's data now with our generators, and we have 1 year data with wind, and then they've been monitoring the river, of course, to actually start integrating and developing a plan, because what we're doing, private residents are doing, installing renewable energy. What our tribe is doing, putting more renewable energy on the grid, might not be what's in the best interest of the utility, because we have 3 generators of the same size. Well, one thing I'm learning here is that, and like reaffirmed what we were, Newtok, especially with their stories, that it's got to come from the locals. Like, we're the ones who sat there and said, we absolutely need to reduce our diesel consumption. It's killing us. We're doing it to ourselves. And so what can we do? We've done a lot of conservation efforts with educating people on how to just conserve, use less electricity. And we talk about it every month, we come together as meetings and what are our solutions. It was our decision to move forward with wind turbines, and we're continuing to add more. But we had to go out and learn and make these informed decisions, but with not necessarily having researchers at our disposal like we do now, but we're already a step into it. It's very complicated, but it's also easy because we are one village and one utility, and we are one and the same. And we all work together very well. and piecing it together. I mean, when you piece together, well, every village needs a diversified renewable energy source. One is, we knew hydrokinetic, even though that was the big push and that was what they really wanted for our village. We knew that that wouldn't be the only solution because we have an ice problem. So, we'd need something for those months that it was not there. And when they put the powerhouse in, they knew there was the intention of plugging in renewable energies. But I don't know that those were put into the plans other than that being computerized. So,
Wow.
Little things like that have a big impact on your fuel consumption.